Right, folks. Do you want to say a right, folks, as well?
Right, folks.
Now, this is something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, innit?
Yes.
We've spoke about this. So we've decided, me and Chris, I haven't told anybody really, I haven't even told Elliot, so God knows what he's going to think. With COVID going around, I was going to do a podcast with Unky Steve, but with COVID going around, it's never really developed because he's, you know, disabled and all that, and now although we can go and sit in somebody's garden and the sun's gone in, Steve can't really get outside. So me and Chris have been talking about this, and Ada, surprise Ada this morning. We were going to do a podcast, Chris, where we were going to just chat, weren't we, about just crap like podcasts are, and we weren't going to do it over Zoom or Skype or something like that because it devalues it. That weren't a fart, that was me just standing on a piece of wood. So, because Zoom and Skype, it kills the art of conversation, doesn't it? Because you lose your connection, you're buffering, it's just shit, isn't it? Who's that? Is that you?
The Shumbay.
It's mine.
That's all right. This is what it's about. See, this is what it's all about, being natural. So anyway, what we thought was we would do. Now we're allowed in each other's gardens, and you know the restrictions are being lifted. We thought we'd start this podcast. What's the date? It's the
10th. Really sorry. No, it's the 11th. Sorry about
It's the 11th. So what is that? So anyway, we've come round and we've done this podcast. We're going to have a chat. What we're doing is we're going to call it Two Peas in a Pod. Cass, Chris's idea. Although there's three of us, but we could have it as 3 peas in a pod.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds good.
Because all our last names, I'm not going to give you our last names, but all our last names have got a P. So we were going to call it Two Peas in a Pod cast. What we'll call it?
Instead, we've got 3.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're going to call it 3 P in a pod cast.
But I didn't think it was June's idea.
No, she thought you come up with the 2 Ps.
2 Ps.
Yeah.
And she came up with the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, all credit to June there. She's actually earning the money. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, because my subscribers are still going up and up. I've known Chris for 20, what have I wrote down here? It's 30 years, isn't it? Because we worked together at Fresh Pack. Is that recording still?
I'm
sure that's recording. Yeah?
Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording. Yeah, it's recording.
And it was Fresh Pack Eggs.
Fresh Pack Eggs. My spell check come up with Fresh Park. Did you work there and all?
No.
Fucking hell, everybody worked there in Loughborough. So yeah, I've known Chris since then, and then we went. You went to Cannon, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then I came a couple of years later.
I got promoted to the warehouse.
Yeah, got promoted, Chris did. There was nothing holding you back then, was there? No.
Good packing.
Yeah, and then then we just went our separate ways again. But we've always kept in touch. Every time we see each other in Loughborough or wherever, we always have a chat, don't we? And then
can I just ask one more question?
Yeah.
For some reason, when the first person left, there was an exodus of people leaving. So I left first.
Yeah.
Then did you leave or did you leave? Because you got your HGV.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, I left.
Did you leave before me?
I think I left before you.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I left
so it was
before you.
AD, me, and then you, because you went to work for your dad.
No, I went. I did. Because we were having ginger at the time, and I needed to change my hours.
Yeah.
So and then it just like we all started to leave, didn't we? And,
It was good crap.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was good.
But the money was just no.
The money was shit.
I used to come out with £800 a month.
Yeah, it was shit.
The mortgage was 800.
Yeah. And you'd lied to get your mortgage, wouldn't you? Yeah. It's all this, and then I've got all this shit. Fucking funny. So what it is, you know, it's not like I've just pulled Chris out of a bag somewhere to make this work. This is just, we are mates, and they came to my wedding and stuff like that, didn't you? So so what we're going to do, me and Chris, we're going to do these and Adi today, and then the other day he turns up, we are going to just do a podcast and chat about shit, really. So hopefully you people there can switch it on, listen to us. You either agree with us or you don't. We're not here to look for a fight. We're not here to look for disagreement and people call us names and abuse us. We're just here to have a chat and stuff like that, don't we, mate?
Yeah.
So so what we're going to do, we've got a few things, we've been chatting, and we're going to just reel a few things off that we're going to spend so many minutes or part of this podcast chatting about. So, Chris,
Yes.
childhood memories, playground rides being dangerous. Did you ever fall off a roundabout or come off a swing or?
In all honesty, I did come off at the swing, only for the simple reason there used to be these metal chains and they were little plastic. Do you remember? They were dead thin.
Yeah.
And I was tiny, and people used to push and push, and used to see how far.
Yeah.
And then you'd try and jump to see how far you could go.
Then you'd mark it, you'd spit on the thing.
Yeah. Now, to me, that wasn't dangerous, but if Jackson, my son, if he was my age, I wouldn't allow him to do it.
No, that's
Because
the thing, isn't it?
we become, I think the older you get, you become more scared of losing something
Yeah.
you love. But my parents didn't love me, so they didn't bother. That's a joke. I'm joking. They dreaded it when I walked back through the door. I think, God, he's still alive.
Yeah. Your dad is alive now, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, so when he sees you, and if he sees this, he's going to be, there you go, boy.
You, AD?
You used to stand up on them.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Stand up,
swing like
swing,
that.
yeah.
What, do you play the one where your mate would chuck a football at you, and you'd have to try and kick it as far as you can, and then you'd have to run so far, and that'd be one run. It'd be like swing cricket.
Yeah. And do you remember Kirby?
Yeah, that was good.
I loved Kirby.
And you have to throw it, and it'd come off, and if you could,
Double it.
yeah, if you caught it. Or
No. If it hits the curb, comes back and hits your curb, that's a double.
Yeah.
Love Kirby.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
French bulldog.
Yeah, what was that?
That's where you
You have to run through the line, didn't you?
Yeah, you have to get from one end of the playground to the other. But if
Yeah.
the kids didn't like you used to get a right kick in,
give 'em a
didn't
good-
you?
And Kiss Chase. I loved Kiss Chase.
Did you?
Oh,
Hold on.
mate.
Were you doing the chase then, or were you being the chased?
I was the chase. I was like Benny Hill. I was like Benny Hill. And God, I only stopped last year. So no.
Was
I
there
loved
always
Kiss
the
Chase.
one that you wanted to catch though in Kiss?
Yeah. And her name was Karina, and she was.
She didn't want you to kiss her.
No, none of them did.
No.
This was at primary school, and me and this lad, his name was Lee Keatley, and he was my best mate. This is Ullisthorpe Primary School, and I couldn't wait for break. And then we'd say to the girls, "Oh, should we do Kiss Chase?" And there must have been about 7, 8 of them. You had your dogs, your cow-free loves, but you had your fit ones.
At primary school.
Yeah, Vicky Bradley.
You was always an early developer, weren't you? You know what I mean?
He's being kind. He means a perv. Yeah, I love Kiss Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to the horse, I mean, the playground, did you ever go on the horse? And
Yeah,
try
that
and
one.
whack it up as far as you
Yeah.
can?
Yeah. And you tried to.
Get it up
Oh,
as
yeah.
high
You
as
tried.
could,
You
couldn't
tried to get stuck at the top,
Yeah,
didn't
that's
you?
it.
Yeah. And do
Suppose-
you remember pogo sticks?
Yeah.
I used to love pogo sticks. They were great days. And then what was that one where it was dead cheap? You put it in the grass and you'd hit it.
Swing
Oh,
ball.
swing ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes you'd hit it, wouldn't you? And the tennis ball would come off the
Oh,
fucking
it
end.
was
And you'd have-
rubbish.
And you used to hit it to hit
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
person.
And
not-
then,
That
because
was
this was
good,
like the
that.
70s, you used to put sand in the base thing and it never held it up.
No.
Because you hit it, you'd just fall over.
And like you say, you hit it, and your tennis ball would go like 3 gardens down, and you'd have to go and ask Mr. Grayson if you could. And he'd say, "Why you want your ball back?" I says, "He says you're playing swing ball." He says, "Yeah, it's come off. It's come off."
Swing ball.
Then you got to try and get it
Yeah.
connected back on, ain't you? And it was just
And then,
shit.
this is how political correctness has gone, just it's just gone crazy. Do you remember we used to be at high school or grammar, and it was icy? We'd keep going over it to make a thing, so you'd run and see how far you could go down on the thing, and you're not allowed to do that anymore.
No, you're not allowed to do that.
Nowadays, man.
Yeah.
Making sure we're still recording. What we on? Yeah.
Still
on.
recording?
Yeah. It's only on a 15-minute thingy, so it'll probably just switch off. And
Yeah.
yeah, because they don't let you do that now, do they?
They don't let you
Can't
do
do anything.
anything.
It makes you actually wonder, like, with you talking like that, how we got so far into 2021 with all this. You know, it's amazing how a high vis can protect you from dying.
Oh, I blame the council. It's the council who start all of this, and they put it forward, and then everyone agree, and then everyone gets worried. It's like when I was at Newbridge, we had like a school trip, and it was to go around the monastery, and we walked from Newbridge across the forest thing.
Yeah, up that
Yeah, we didn't have high vis.
No.
All we did, we were told just to be in a line.
Yeah.
But cars would go zooming by.
None of you got killed, did there? None of you
No.
got kidnapped and...
No, but we could have done, because that
Yeah.
is scary. We used to thumb it from Ullisthorpe to Lutterworth to go to the swimming baths, and I am lucky to be alive,
Yeah.
because I was a cute little kid.
Well, you still are, Chris,
Thanks.
don't you? You know what I mean?
Afro. had the comb in the back.
Really?
Seriously.
You had the comb
I had the comb in the back.
I
because-
thought you were just stereotyping
No,
there.
no, because it was easy. Because you used to, can't you remember?
I had the Afghan.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know
You
what I
just
got
leave
fed
it.
up with? When I was at school, you used to have all the people, can I just touch your hand?
Oh, I know.
I wanted to pat it all the time.
Really? What?
Yeah.
What? Just because it was something different?
absolutely
or?
Because it was
different.
like
No one that came
a
across
sponge,
that.
weren't it?
Yeah.
So they all wanted to pat it.
I never did that. I never said that. I don't know. Perhaps you couldn't got feeling
Unless you
people's hair,
didn't
can
notice
you?
it.
Yeah.
Because of how times changed, you can't go to someone's space.
No.
Like, you know in the older days, we'd go in town, let's say if you were 23, 24, and you saw a girl from school and she was pregnant, and you go, oh, and you touch her belly.
Yeah.
You do that now, you
Yeah.
get sued.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing's gone crazy. Because
Yeah.
I remember at school, and I used to have a comb, and people used to touch it, and I used to giggle. And I say to the girls, don't touch that, touch that. No, I'm joking.
8 at that time, gradually going up the age. Yeah, but then you went from the that afro, didn't you? Because like the first time I met you, you had the Milli Vanilli, didn't you?
Yeah, straightened it, relaxed
straightened
it.
it, didn't you?
Just to flick it back,
Yeah.
put it in a ponytail. God damn it, there we go.
Did you ever relax yours?
No, I had it.
Well, never.
I had it in plaits.
Did you?
Yeah, but I didn't. No, I didn't have the soul glow
Well,
like Chris.
no. Please ignore my ignorance. How would you plait it then if it's like? Because
We obviously grow. You know,
Yeah.
when it's quite high.
Yeah.
It straightens right up.
all right.
So then you can.
So you
plait
just
it.
pull it?
Pull it and plait
Yeah.
it.
Did you have plaits?
No, because at that time, you got to remember, I've always been in front of Ada when it comes to fashion, and he's always been like a few years behind. Because Terence Trent D'Arby used to do that, didn't
Oh,
he?
he was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
I loved him. I seen him at Dimont.
Yeah, and he plaited his hair.
Not Dimont. What's that one where they've not? Sorry, Granby Halls.
Granby
Halls.
He was
Let's go
fucking
roller
brilliant.
skating there.
Yeah, he was one of the best blokes I've seen. He's that little dance he did.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
You know, it reminded me of like a young version of James Brown.
Yeah. Well,
That's-
weren't he compared to James Brown as sometimes?
Yeah, yeah. But his
Oh, fucking
album,
brilliant.
according to the headline,
Yeah.
that was it. And
Yeah.
it was one of the best albums ever.
Yeah.
And that Sign Your Name.
Yeah.
Uh,
Fucking
Who have you
talent.
seen then in concert? Who have you been to see?
I've seen.
question.
Yeah. I've seen In Excess about 7 times. I actually seen In Excess at a secret gig. I won tickets off Radio 1 to go down London with my mate Berto. I was at the Nelson Mandela birthday thing. He never fucking turned up for his own birthday.
Hang on, was that the 1989 one? Or 1990 it was?
I don't know. We went down and seen, there were Simple Minds on and all that, and U2. And then U2 did the following year. So I've seen U2, I've seen Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Allison Moyet. She was fucking... Have you seen Allison Moyet now?
She's had
Nice
that
and slim,
gastric
isn't she?
band.
Yeah.
and
Totally
she
different,
looks
ain't she?
awful. And because I don't believe in these gastric bands, because Dawn French had it done.
Yeah.
And all you've got to do, just don't eat, just eat.
And move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, the people who have it done, especially celebrities, it makes them look worse.
Yeah. But to be fair, I mean, there are some people that cannot lose weight. I know a lady who just, no matter what she's done on the diet, she cannot lose weight, and she does exercise.
Yeah.
There's something, metabolism.
There is people
Yeah,
out there
yeah,
who need
I
it,
give
but
that.
there is some lazy sods out there
Oh,
who just don't
definitely.
want to do it.
Yeah.
And people like Dawn French couldn't be bothered to do it, and Alison Moyet. But this is why I do actually have respect for that Alison Hammond, because she's big and she's proud.
Yeah.
And I take my hat off
She
to
fucking
that.
cracks me up. She's as mad as a fish.
But she hasn't like adhered to these stupid like pressures of losing weight.
No, she ain't. What are we on? Sorry, folks, you're going to have to... We're nearly there. Right, I'm going to stop this and restart it. Right, so hopefully that'll be edited in. Yeah, Alison Hammond, she's She's good, isn't she? I like her as well.
Yeah.
That Nikki Graham's died off Big Brother,
Oh,
isn't
that's what I wanted to talk to you about. It came up on my phone last night. Right, what's your thoughts on that? Well,
I tell you the truth, I've got to admit, I don't know who she is because I'm not
You've
really.
never heard of her?
I'm not really a
Big Brother.
yeah. So I'm not really.
Well, I'll give you the background. Her name was Nikki
I've seen
Graham.
a picture of her yesterday. I had a look. But
She's always suffered from
Eating disorders,
anorexia, and it's that body dysmorphia, isn't it? When you look in the mirror and all that. And then she came out and she got better, then she got worse. In the past few years, and I think lockdown's got so much to do with it as well, because the government think they're being clever, say, oh yeah, someone's died, but they're not taking into account people's mental health.
No.
And it took its toll.
Yeah, it's done her, isn't it?
Yeah, she died.
I think it's done a lot of people.
Well, I was just listening to it on
Definitely.
the radio, and this woman says this woman's in charge of this group for people with eating disorders, and apparently they're having like a whip round on some money.
It's called GoFund.
Yeah, that's it. And they were trying to get her into the Prior, and this woman said she shouldn't have even thought about going into the Prior. She should actually have been in hospital.
Yeah.
And why she wasn't in hospital, we do not know, and it's a complete disgrace. But,
this morning, I'm not a big advocate of Daily Mail, but it does have all the news, and I clicked on it, and it showed you a picture of her with her ex, that Pete Doherty, 2 weeks ago, and her leg was like that. She was so thin, and I never used to really understand mental health until the past few years.
You get older, don't you? And you start realising.
Yeah, you do. And now, because I used to think, oh, just have something to eat. I was a bit ignorant to it.
Yeah, you do.
But it doesn't work like that.
No.
It's about how someone feels, and they can't help how they feel.
No.
But yeah,
I mean,
it's so sad, really.
Yeah, I'm fortunate because I think me and you, I don't know how Adi thinks as much, but I don't really give a fuck what people think about me, and I don't give a fuck about how I look. I want to look decent. I know you always got the designer suits on, and you've got to take a pride in yourself. No, but it's just. But as you get older, you start to realise that people do actually suffer. They do actually, and I don't think you realise what people do go through until you get older and you look back at things and you think, yeah, I can understand why you struggle now and all that.
But I think your brain develops more and you get older, but like things aren't important to you. Like when we were younger, I used to think clothes were dead important and going out and looking a certain way. And then it's materialistic crap. It doesn't mean anything. Like now I'm into like my heart and jogging and just staying alive.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
must admit, I mean, I've started to take more. I know I do videos and people keep saying, oh, is that all you do, eat shit? No, I don't just eat shit. That is part of my job, to review a food. When I get home, I will be eating vegetables and carrots and broccoli.
You've got a request for my son.
Oh,
he loves them hula hoops, and he said, oh, can you ask Blue Van Man what those hula hoop things? You did this thing at the two.
The flavoured frozen ones.
Yeah, what were they like?
I think I'd overcooked them, to be fair. I think they're better in an air fat fryer.
Would Jackson eat?
Oh yeah, kids would eat them. No, kids will love them.
Yeah, he says, that's because he loves hula hoops.
Yeah.
And you did the barbecue on the thing. You seen that?
No, they did.
I tell you, I don't know why we bother having him on. He's never heard of Nicky Graham. You heard of Prince Philip?
Yeah, mate. Okay. Yeah.
That's one thing, though. That's only because it came up on the news. So we've done well there. We were talking about playground rides, and we've ended up talking about Nicky Graham and eating disorders.
Yeah, it goes
and
to
combs
show,
in the afro.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant. Oh, fucking brilliant. Well, I made some notes, didn't we, about playground rides being dangerous. Did you ever find bush porn? Now,
yes,
some of you people are saying, what the fucking hell's bush porn? Is it pictures of bushes and fannies? No, it's when you were a kid and you'd be playing in the park, or you'd be walking down the road or passing, and you would find a
wet old magazine on the floor.
Yeah, you would find a pornographic magazine on the floor.
It was like finding gold.
It was when you were like 13 or 14, and you used to borrow it and right, I'm taking it home tonight.
Yeah.
Why do you take this? I want to fucking have a wank of it. Now we know in this day and age this is completely wrong, but back in the mid 80s or the early 80s,
on the top shelf.
Yeah, it's
Oh my God,
yeah,
it's a scary
it
thing.
was like finding gold, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the best ones was men only, because you had the centre spread. So you'd open it up and the girl would be like, pretend to be a secretary. You open the next page, you took a top off. The next page, you open it full up,
Yeah.
you see a big hairy
Yeah.
means, and you try and look just for the glistening if there's a
Yeah.
little bit wet.
Yeah. See, this is what I've had to put up with for the last 30 years. So if I've had to put up with it, you
But
can.
in
Like,
them days, it was innocent.
yeah, it was, weren't it? It's something, when you're like a 14, 15-year-old or 13 lad, and you find that, you're thinking, whoa,
Yeah.
don't you? But,
Times have changed now. It's just
well, you don't need to do that now, do you? You
And,
just find
and
it on
things
the
were
net.
simple, like the women. You know, at the time, you had like Dynasty, Dallas, Colby's,
Yeah.
and everything with the women was really pretty and big hair,
Yeah.
long skirts, and you know now,
Baywatch.
yeah, now it's this. They just look fake,
Yeah.
like putting stuff in their lips,
Yeah,
doing
it's-
this thing to the
Yeah,
eyebrows.
I'm a much more happier person with a natural.
Absolutely.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Like to me, I used to think. Do you remember Stephanie Powers?
yes.
I just think she was stunning. Can you please tell me about Stephanie Powers?
No, probably look.
What was it?
She did Heart to Heart.
That's it. Heart to heart.
Yeah.
Everybody
Victoria
remembers
Principal.
Max and Freeway the dog.
Yeah, remember that.
Remember Victoria Principal?
The trouble is with me, I'm not really. You know, give me a picture.
Yeah.
I'll say, oh yeah. But names and that. Look, mate.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to remember what happened yesterday with this crappy MS. You know what I'm
But
saying?
it's like V. Do you remember the programme V? You must have remembered V.
The aliens come in.
Aliens.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
And that was the 80s, and all the women had big hair, but they didn't have
Yeah.
loads of makeup.
No.
It was very simple, bit of gloss,
Yeah.
bit of eyeliner.
But I think that's when they first started to fuck around with the picture, though, weren't it? Because Miss Ellie off Dallas, she was always. It's like she just walked out of a bathroom and the steam from the
Yeah.
shower was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Miss Ellie, Christ.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
how the
good
fuck did we
days.
get onto that then?
I don't know.
Oh, that
What
was
was the
bush
subject?
porn.
Oh, bush porn, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, you'd walk toward, I don't know, go out for a walk, and you see it, you grab it. Me personally, if it was a bit damp, because microwaves in them days were as big as this table,
Yeah.
I used to put it in, dry it off, watch it, and then Dave Burns, who was my best mate at the time, says, "Oh, you've had it 2 days now, lend me it." And I say, "Yeah, but don't get the pages stuck together, I mean it." And you'd swap porno mags.
Yeah. Yeah, there was quite a lot around the village where I lived, and I don't know, there must have been some. But yeah,
Bush porn, that's
bush
brilliant.
porn. So what you been watching on TV, mate?
What you've been watching first? I'll tell you what I've been watching.
I like watching like
Antiques
SEAL
Roadshow.
Team, stuff like that.
SEAL Team.
Yeah, it's
What's
just
that?
it's about SEAL Team. They like an American.
You know, like
SEAL
Navy
team. The
SEAls.
Navy.
Oh, Navy SEALs. I
Yeah.
thought you meant like the.
No,
fucking
no. I
catching
like
fish.
watching that sort of stuff. You know.
Why's that then? Did you want to be one or?
No, not at all. It's just I like watching.
You're laughing at that. That's a serious
You want to
question.
be a Navy SEAL, isn't canon?
Well, no.
Pushing that paper through the back. Do you want to be a Navy SEAL, lady? Yeah, I'll go for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saving the world.
that. I'll tell you what I've been watching, and I've really got into Scandinavian and German thrillers, and the one I'm watching at the moment is on Sky Atlantic. It's called Hausen, and it's about this building complex that's this spirits took over, and it's infecting the people. It's really, really good.
That's topical.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
and also In the Line of Duty,
See, we never watched the first ones, and we've got
got
more
to watch
built
it,
up.
all
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
because they are so addictive. You ever seen it?
Not watch it. I don't watch it, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
No,
good.
no, I don't watch it. I don't
Yeah.
watch it. It's just-
But I
Stephen
still-
Graham on it last time, weren't he?
Yeah, he was
He's fucking
brilliant in
brilliant,
it.
isn't he?
Brilliant actor. All of them are.
If I ever make this channel really big,
Get him on.
I want to have a chat with Stephen Graham.
Yeah. He still lives in Ibstock.
Yeah, no, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else have I been watching? So I've been watching Hausen, In the Line of Duty. I tried to get into that Marcella.
Yeah, I can't.
I
watch
don't
it
like that woman. What's her
No,
name?
Anna Friel.
Anna Friel.
Yeah.
She's never happy. Hi Anna. You know.
Never happy.
She isn't though. She's always miserable.
Yeah.
And then films. I've gone off films because me and Adi always used to go to cinema, didn't we? But I'm not bothered
Couldn't
about
even remember.
films
What was the
anymore.
last time we watched?
We went to see because it was at the new. It was at Cineworld, and we went to see. I remember.
Yeah, you don't know, do you?
You know what? And I know you.
I remember. Well, if you did, tell me the
No,
name.
No.
no, not mention that name.
No,
but
no,
yeah, I
you
know what
know.
you mean. Yeah,
Joker, the last film I've seen.
so that's a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did like it.
Did
I
you
I
like
thought
it?
it was a good film.
I
I thought he was a
liked
good
it.
actor.
Yeah,
It was
I
good.
thought the way he portrayed a man basically
With mental health
having
again.
a breakdown
Yeah,
because of being downtrodden by fucking
Everyone.
dickheads.
And this is what I mean. This is how our brains have changed. He had a problem with laughing. He just burst out laughing, and it wasn't his fault. And the main reason, when you go back to the beginning, he was beaten as a child. So
Yeah.
something happened in his brain that made him do that. And then because it was based like in the late 60s, early 70s, wasn't it? No one gave him a chance. But the only critique I've got with the film is this: I don't understand why they made Bruce Wayne's dad like evil, you know, like a greedy businessman.
Yeah.
Because from the beginning, when Bob Kane did Batman, he made, what was Bruce Wayne's dad's name? I can't remember his name, but he's always made him a philanthropist, a good guy. But in that film,
They changed it all.
Yeah,
didn't they?
made him
In
out to
fact,
be
really,
horrible.
In fact, really, Joker wasn't really about superheroes or anything like that,
No,
was it?
it was about mental health.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
Yeah, they've changed it,
But
didn't they?
Bruce Wayne became Bruce Wayne because of his dad, because he said, "Oh, my dad helped, and I want to, bring justice to the thing." But in that film, they made his dad horrible, saying, "You're not my son," and punched him in the face.
Is that, or were they trying to put a spin on it? Because they reckon there's going to be another Joker film, don't they? Are they making out that Batman's dad was a complete bastard, so he can say, right, I'm going to learn from your errors of your ways, and I'll be the complete opposite? A bit like my dad.
Yeah.
I love my dad. He's a fucking knob, but my mum and dad split up, and I'm determined that me and Lee, the wife won't do that. We will stay together.
Yeah.
Me and June will be together. No, we've had our troubles, and it's just, So I wonder if they're putting like a spin on it, or
If they have, I think it's the wrong way to go with it.
yeah,
It's the way they did with Justice League when they tried to compete with Marvel. Marvel did that. They had that niche where Iron Man was funny and they had the jokes.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. DC's always been dark. Batman's always been dark. And
yeah.
then-
Batman's always been
Yeah, and they tried
Out
to
of
make
shadows.
it in like Bruce Wayne laughing and joking.
Yeah.
But then, have you seen that new version with Zack Snyder?
no.
It's so much darker. It's like a completely different.
Well, this is what I'm
film.
saying. I don't think Joker is supposed to be Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger. I
No.
think it's just a bloke who's.
Yeah,
I
and he
don't
played
feel
it well.
It is a good
well.
film.
It is. I liked it. I thought it was really, really good. I know some people have slated it. I think it's fucking brilliant. It's just,
Here's a good question. If you could take 3 films on a desert island, because you're stuck there for 25 years, which 3 films would there be?
I would take Plunkett and McLean. It's a couple of highway. You ever seen it?
No.
It's based on a true story of these highwaymen.
I thought it
Johnny
was that game where you put him sticks in. Was that Plinkett?
Kaplunk.
That's it.
Johnny Lee Miller and the Scottish actor who was
Ewan
in
McGregor.
Hamish. Who was in Hamish?
Oh, John.
No,
John-
he was. He did the thing with Cracker when he played a person
His
who.
name's John Haim.
No, it ain't it. Not that one. He was the copper on Hamish Macbeth.
Oh, right.
I can't remember his fucking name. That would be one. I don't know, to be fair, mate.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yours, Aidan?
Well, I
I'll have
like
to put my
two.
coat
I
on,
like
it's cold.
Saving Private Ryan. I love
Brilliant
that film.
film.
And I like Forrest Gump's good.
Forrest Gump.
You'll add one more. You going cold?
Yeah. Oh, Escape to Victory.
Right.
Oh, Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
And all the old.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
That's all the footballers in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Pele
like
was
it.
in
Yeah,
it.
it
Yeah.
was.
Is he still alive?
Pele's still alive. He's still popping the old blue pills, isn't he?
Still going.
Bloody sun's gone in. It
Yeah,
was
it's
lovely and warm,
quite chilly
wasn't
now,
it?
isn't
Yeah.
it?
So what was yours? Saving Private Ryan.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
There's quite a few decent ones out there, but
You're in last three.
yeah.
The old blockbusters over
Yeah, blockbusters. What happened to that? Well, it went bust, didn't
I'll
it?
tell you what happens, streaming,
Yeah,
things change.
yeah, they do. Progress.
Mine would be Godfather 1 and 2, but
Yeah.
just as one.
yeah.
Um,
So that's like saying I'd have Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I know I'm
and
cheating
Creed.
a little bit. It's just that one's so good, but 2 is near perfect.
Yeah,
Then Robin Hood, but the one with Errol Flynn
Right.
and Olivia de Havilland, because every time it's on, it just makes me smile. It's just a nice, happy film. And then my last one would be the original Superman from 1977.
when he flew around the world and made it
Yeah.
backwards to reverse
And
it.
do you know why? Christopher Reeve was a brilliant Superman, and I like there's a bit, that bit you're saying, I sometimes reenact it myself. And the earthquake happens, and Lois is dead, and he's holding her, and her head falls, and he goes like that, like
Yeah.
real sensitive. Then all of a sudden he goes, no, 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 and then he jumps up, and that's what I do down the gym.
Yeah,
And yeah, so and I love that.
I
Yeah.
would go my third film, and I'd save this just because I only watched Christmas films. And we're back. What I would do is, because I can't watch, I don't like it when Channel 4 or Channel 5 put a Christmas film on in June. I don't understand it. Props Die Hard you can get away with, but yeah,
I love
yippee
Die Hard
motherfuckers.
films, mate.
A Wonderful Life.
Great film.
My missus June, she
Bit
wanted me
racist though. I'm sorry bringing it up, David.
Is it?
Yeah.
Which one are you on about? The Christmas one.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
How many black people are in it? I'll name you.
Fuck knows.
One. And you know who he was? The servant in the house.
The woman.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Things
never
like
knew
that,
that.
I noticed.
Why? what reason is that?
How old's the film?
Oh,
It's got to
well
be
in the 30s.
No.
Isn't it?
1940. It was made just before the war. It was 1944.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
In fact, what's it called? It's a Wonderful Life.
Wonderful Life. Because June, she wants to go on, you got to watch it, you got to watch it. Because I ain't fucking watching it. I can't be doing my old black and white films.
What
is it?
year was A Wonderful Life released?
In the United Kingdom, It's a Wonderful Life was released on the 5th of December 1997.
No, that's not right.
I don't know.
1997. 1946.
1946. There you go then.
Yeah.
After the war. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, just after the war.
1997. Don't get Samsung.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just, she came, oh, you got to watch it, you got to watch it. And I'm going, no, I ain't watching that. It's old, it's shit. I don't fucking, anyway, she made me watch it one day, and it was one of the best things I've ever seen.
You know what? I don't know if this happened to you, Adi. Sometimes, you know, when people go on about a film for years and years, and you leave it like you
Yeah.
have then. Someone said to me, there was this lad from work at Rangemaster, and he said, you've got to watch A Bridge Over the River Kwai.
Do you like that film?
Oh
I
my
thought it was
God.
good.
I was like, no, it's boring and that. But I do like Alec Guinness. Anyway, it was actually on about a year ago, and I recorded it, and I watched it, and it was brilliant.
But there's a lot of suffering in the soldiers, isn't there? And I can't watch people
No,
suffering.
but the whole thing about how Alec Guinness, even though he was a prisoner of war, he was a perfectionist. He wanted that bridge
Yeah.
right. And even though they were saying, look, we're going to do this, we're going to blow it up.
Yeah.
And he found the string, remember the string?
Yeah.
The
I've not
dynamite.
seen it.
Yeah,
Oh, mate,
gave
you've
it
got to
away,
watch it.
didn't he?
Oh,
yeah.
right.
He
And
was
it-
that obsessed with
Yeah,
it.
of being a perfectionist. Oh, mate, you've got to watch it.
I'll have to watch
It
it
was
now.
typical British
Brilliant.
captain
Stiff
or whatever
upper
it was,
lip
yeah.
and all that.
Typical
Yeah.
them days.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Right, we'll move on to the next question. Now, we're going to call this a Tardis moment, right? This is where, if you had a Tardis there on your decking, Chris,
Yeah.
where would you go? We're going to go back in time. We're not going forward
No.
because that just gets fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Having a Tardis and going forward.
Now, are we doing it in childhood or any era?
I don't know, mate. Well, what I'm just saying is you've got a TARDIS there, you go into it and you type in your fucking date you want to go back to. Where would you go back to? And we'll do this every week.
And what are we trying to achieve from this?
Well,
Going into the TARDIS then?
Just to recapture happiness again.
Well, we're going to witness what happens.
Oh, interesting.
So, are we going to say that you can go in and change it? Or are we going to say you're just going to witness what happens?
And we have a choice.
Wow, that's a good one.
Because
That's a real good one.
Yeah, because if you change something that happens,
It could have reverberations.
massive. Yeah, I mean, we've seen enough fucking time things, haven't we?
Yeah. You know what? I'm obsessed with 20th century history and the Third Reich. So, can I be invisible because I'll get killed? I will get killed straight away. So, I would like... Yeah. Because I wear H&M clothes. I would go back...
Yeah, but you could wear Hugo Boss. You might think, oh...
Yeah. To Crystal Night.
Who?
Crystal Night.
Go on then, tell me, educate me.
Crystal Night is when Goebbels and Hitler convinced the whole of Germany to smash Jews' shops up, burn the synagogues.
Why would you want to go back to that?
Because just to see all the, when he did this speech in Munich, and there was over 100,000 people there with these swastikas, and how he convinced the whole nation to hate a certain sector just because of their religion, and he convinced them. And for one man to be so powerful, I find fascinating.
Yeah.
And to be able to go there and see it would be amazing. Absolutely amazing.
But then this is the question. Well, obviously you'd be invisible, but would you try and change what happened, or would you try and influence it and say to this bloke in the crowd, say, he's talking fucking bollocks there, mate?
Absolutely not, because you learn from history, and we've learned. If he hadn't done what he did, we wouldn't have the UN.
Yeah.
It's little things like that.
Yeah. Well, there again,
you wouldn't have Israel.
Yeah, but there again, if he didn't do what he did, you wouldn't need the UN, would you? Would you look at it that way?
Yeah, but if it wasn't him, it was going to be someone else.
Yeah, there's always going to be some
fucking
crazy bastard. Yeah.
You're never going to get rid of it.
No,
of course you're not. And you're always going to have racism.
Yeah, that's never going to go.
Because I don't care what anyone says. Everyone is racist in their own way.
Yeah. Or are they racist, or are they stereotyping?
I don't know.
I mean, I've been called racist, but I say, well, if I was racist, well, I won't sit with people like Adi and Chris. You know what I mean?
If I was racist, I wouldn't sit next to Adi either. To be perfectly honest, I've always classed myself as white.
Right, that'll be this podcast finished. Thank you very much for watching for the first 35 minutes.
We're going to be taken off air and banned.
Yeah.
That's a great. That's where I'd go. Where would you go?
I would love to see, and I'm not going to mention the McCanns yet on this one, but I'd love to be there when JFK got shot. I just want to witness. I would probably be standing on the grassy knoll seeing if anybody was over the fence. You've got a fence like that there, haven't you? And I've
got a good question for you then. Let's say that Oswald did do it. You said, right, I'm just going to jump in the transporter thing, Chris, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
By just chance, there's a toilet. She came out, Oswald was right in front of you, about to take the shot. Yeah. Would you stop him?
Well, do you know what I would do? I would go back a little bit further and I'd say, JFK, mate, why are you going in an open top vehicle? You're obviously being set up here, son. Get yourself in a bulletproof car or wear a helmet or something.
Or don't go.
Yeah, but you say that, you've probably stopped it that time.
But then
going to stop it in the next...
Right, what you're saying is a butterfly effect. Because you think you're helping and it makes the situation worse and worse and worse. You ever seen that film?
Oh, they're going to kill him eventually. Oh, they're going to get him eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the thing is, I think certain people are
still recording,
assassinated for a reason, right? He didn't want to go to war. war generates money. As soon
Yeah.
as Nixon got in, we went to Vietnam.
Yeah.
And it's the same with Diana. I mean, this is a whole other thing. It was rumoured she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Let's not be funny. These are the facts.
Yeah.
Christian. We're a Christian country.
It's a fact that it's a rumour.
Yeah. And can you really have half a Muslim
Yeah.
child? I mean, look at the problems Meghan's got. She ain't really
Yeah.
done nothing wrong.
No. She's got caught up in it, ain't she?
But Diana, she did sleep with a lot of people, and a lot of them were.
Are you just
but I
are you
didn't
just
realise-
bitter now that she didn't sleep with you?
No.
You're
Because
talking
she should
about
have said
that,
me.
like,
She
the
would have said, no one
Muslims
else
and
did.
that. But I didn't realise. I mean, ever since he passed away, Philip, he's got German.
Oh yeah,
family.
and Greek.
you know
innit?
that?
Yeah, he's got.
Not just,
yeah.
so, you
And
know,
Danish.
Yeah.
Right,
Because
there's no such thing as pure English. Because if you go even further back, it was the Saxons and the
Yeah.
Vikings were here.
Well, I've done a
So
DNA test. I did a video on it.
and I bet you're
uh,
a bit Scottish.
Do you know where I'm from? Stoke. My DNA is basically
That
made.
does make sense, by
Yeah.
the way.
I'm basically made in Stoke, but there's something like 2% Scottish. I'm something like 5% or 6% Norwegian or Scandinavian. So I am part Scandinavian.
Because
Scottish.
there's some people who have these idealistic views say, oh yes, you're not English. Do you ever listen to LBC?
I've stopped listening to it.
I must admit, I do like it. And I had this woman, she was bonkers. She was talking to that Dave Lammy, you know, the black
Yeah.
guy.
That David Lammy, right? I don't like him, but I do like him. It's like Marmite, isn't he?
Yeah,
Some
he's a
things
very intelligent man.
Some things he'll say something really, you think, you know what, Dave? I fucking agree with you there.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I think, I just want to shove my head in a fucking blender.
Yeah, and it had this woman, and she rang up, and he was saying about his kids being born here, and she said, oh no, because they've got Caribbean heritage. And he says, but they're English.
Yeah.
They're not English though, are they? Not proper. And he knew what she was trying to say,
Yeah.
but she couldn't
Yeah.
say it. And what she meant says, because they're not white.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. But there's no such thing as Englishness.
No.
I mean, what is it?
Oh, fucked if I know.
It's odd.
I mean, if I got called up to play for England football team, then yeah.
Exactly, and that's what Dave Lammy tried to say to her. He says, so people like Sterling,
Ian Wright.
yeah,
Ian Wright.
So
Fucking love Ian
because they're
Wright.
black, you're saying they're not English because they play for the English team, and she was saying, no, that's different. It was just bizarre what she was saying.
It's how people come on.
But it's
ain't
her.
it?
She was an old woman,
Yeah.
and that's her generation.
Yeah.
What about you? What would you do?
I tell you the truth, I'd love to not go back to see history. I'd like to go back. My dad's stepdad, I love him to bits, but I'd love to have gone back in time and just to see my real dad. Just
Yeah.
to see him.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've never seen him.
Never met him, have
I've never met him. I love my dad to bits now. My stepdad, he's brilliant. He's, you know, I'm like I am now because of what he's done.
He's modelled you.
Yeah.
Made you.
And I love him to bits. But I would always, just for once, I'd just love to see what my real dad was look like.
Yeah,
And that's what I'd like to do if I could.
that's
Yeah.
a good one.
So you got no pictures of him or nothing?
No,
or?
nothing.
Oh, right.
So,
See, that's sad,
Did
isn't
your
it?
mum ever talk about it?
well, I asked a few things, but
Especially
because
Father's
I did
Day,
try
must be a fucking
try
nightmare.
and find him, and I got told he's dead. He passed away. That's what I got told. So anyway, so I've left it as that. But yeah, I'd have loved to have seen his face. You know,
Yeah.
just once.
Nah.
1 pint, bit of a chat,
Yeah,
a few questions, and
I'd
leave
be
it at that.
happy if just had a photograph, just to
Yeah.
have said, "Oh, that's what you look like." You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see, that could be. That's. See, we were talking about mental health earlier on, weren't we? And that could absolutely destroy some people not knowing where they're from. You know, I mean, that's a fucking big thing to say that, I know, mate.
That
I'm
is
fucking,
that.
you know.
Put us to shame, really.
Yeah, all I want to do is go and see JFK and say, don't wear a helmet, or wear a helmet. You want to go and see your dad. You want to go back and see the birth
Third
of a line.
Reich.
Yeah. Let's go and see the birth of the Third Reich. For fuck's sake. Oh, God.
Is that still? How long have we been on that?
What we got left? 30 minutes. We're just done about 45 minutes. What we got left to chat about, folks? Got a few
Hitler's
things.
bunker.
Hitler's bunker. Fucking unbelievable. Right, let me just start this and start it again.
Okay.
Right, so we've done the TARDIS thing. Now we're going to move on to growing up as a child. Now, you told me when you went to a party as a kid, right? So obviously when we were youngsters, you went to fancy dress parties, and you'd have the parties, and if it was your party, something would never go right, and you'd always go and cry and fucking go upstairs, and your mum and dad would be going, "What's up with him now? Oh, fucking little bastard, we're not doing this again." So party memories. Now, you told me a story, and I think it's one of the best things I've ever heard. I've got it on my WhatsApp, and I still listen back to it now. So, do you want to tell us
Hang on, because it was ages ago, I can't remember what was this.
You went fancy dress as Adamant.
Oh, yes! Yeah, this is one of my childhood memories. Obviously, and I've got a picture.
You got a picture?
I'm wearing an Adam Ant t-shirt.
Well, I'll tell you what you'll do is, if this goes out, obviously, I'll try and insert it into
Oh, you got it, you'll laugh your head off.
Send it to me and I'll try and insert it into the video.
Right. See where it says Adam?
Yeah.
Adam Ants. And that's Adam Ants down there, and that's my auntie Labo, and that's my sister. Yeah, that was Ully's thought. Anyway, yeah, so, yeah, I'll send you that.
Yeah.
So it was fancy dress. In them days, all you had was like the jam, the specials. It was a really sort of dark time, wasn't it? Like with music.
Yeah, it was
it
on the
two-tone.
Yeah, it was just changing, weren't it?
And madness.
Yeah.
But stuff like
the
soul,
new romantic and all that.
like,
stuff,
yeah,
it wasn't really there, was it?
It was like coming up. And
men wearing makeup.
Yeah, but things like Earth, Wind and Fire just seemed, and the Jacksons were far like American thing.
Yeah.
So all we had was here.
Yeah.
So then I always remember watching Tiz Was, and they said, "Oh, we got a video exclusive of Ultravox Vienna," and then you had Adam and the Ants.
Yeah.
So at school, Ultravox seemed too posh for some reason.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
For like 16-year-olds.
Yeah. It was...
But when you're a little black 11-year-old and you see Adam and Ants on top of the pops doing Dog Eat Dog or Ant music, and they said, "Oh, we've got a fancy dress," so I turned around and said, "Can I go as Adam and Ants?" And I don't know if my mum was taking the piss out of me, like an experiment. She went, "Yeah, all right then," because if my son said it to me now, I said, "Don't be an idiot, you'll get your head kicked in, mate." And she went, "Yeah, sure." And she got this, white boot polish.
Yeah.
And she put it across here. And Adam, a little after, she put these ribbons in. And then I went to the fancy dress party just as Adam Ant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what was the reaction?
Oh, I can't remember because I got beat up badly. Doc Martens. The reaction was, it wasn't good, but I can't say the racist things that was said. It had a lot to do with jam jars. Yeah. Adam and Ant. When you ever seen a black 11-year-old Adam Ant?
I don't know.
Impersonator.
That's a shame, though, isn't it?
It is really.
Just a kid wanting to be Adam and the Ants.
Yeah, but kids were cruel.
Kids are
the
fucking
70s.
cruel now, aren't they?
And you got to remember, you can't blame the kids. You had TV programs like Love Thy Neighbour, Mind Your Language, and if they're saying that stuff on TV, if you're a kid, you're going to think that's normal.
I don't think anybody 11-year-old got beat up on Mind Your Language.
Because when I was at school, because some of my friends were mods.
Yeah.
And I dressed up like, because I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved the music and that. Like,
Yeah.
I dressed up like it, And we went on a school trip, and I had the jam with the Target. The Target
Yeah.
on there, and we was in a game place, just like a showboat thing. And these black lads came in. He came up to me to say hello to me. See my T-shirt. He about knifed me, He just, he
That's crazy.
And I was just doing, what I like.
Yeah,
but when
it's just
you wa-
fashion.
Have you seen This Is England?
Yeah.
And it's like they were like dressed as skinheads, but they weren't. The skinhead movement wasn't really about being racist, was it? It was about the music and and people can't seem to get that through their thick fucking heads.
It's because the National Front
Took it over, isn't it?
Yeah, because skinhead music,
Because
there's quite a lot of black music.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, that's
it
where
was
it comes
ska
from.
music.
That's where it all comes from.
That's what
so.
madness is all about, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like what they did it with the English flag. Like to me, if you want to put a flag on, if you go to any other country, Thailand, America, there's flags, everyone's proud.
Yeah, if you're
But
proud of
because-
the country, you should do it.
Yeah, because the National Front took the
Ruined it, yeah.
British flag, it's like synonymous with them.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
Yeah. And it's
At all.
It is fucking wrong.
You should be proud of where you live.
Definitely, I love this country.
It's great.
Oh, I'm a bit sad you got beat up now, mate, because of that. Because you wanted to be.
Adam
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music.
Bastards.
Let me back. Yeah, when we had parties, there weren't really no special, but there was always kids there crying because things went wrong, or and
Yeah.
you'd spill jelly or Ribena on the carpet, and the mother would be going mad. And told you not to have the party here. We should have had it outside.
And why do you think we stopped playing? You know, like before, we always used to play and play football or
Yeah.
meet up. And
Yeah.
It's
go
just the way
we
the times
just
are now.
stopped.
Parents don't trust outside world now.
But it was more dangerous when we were kids.
I'd have got up, gone out, and my dad would have shouted me in when he goes to work. We had to be in, but
Yeah.
other than that, we was out till then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just the way the time's gone now. You just don't trust people out there now, do you?
I don't trust anything,
No.
to be fair, really.
Do you think it's got worse?
Definitely.
Yeah, it's the problem is that you can't. You're too busy being told what to say and think and do, and you can't be an individual, and you can't. I don't know.
It's just a different era, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, when we grew up, we could do anything.
I don't think social media helps. I don't think all this helps, to be fair.
No.
I think it pollutes your brain, and it.
But I think when we were kids, you know, if you had an argument with someone, you just have a fight,
Yeah.
and then afterwards you shake hands. Kids now, you have an argument, they stab
stab
you.
you.
Fucking stab you.
Why
don't
would
they?
you?
I don't
I
honestly
never,
know.
Can you imagine taking knives to the Fox and Goose or
Yeah.
Jimmy Dean's?
Yeah.
That's the trouble. You can't really go out properly now.
No.
You
No.
bang into someone.
Yeah.
And they just
wanna
stab you.
put
Yeah.
A glass or something. in
And they
your
just
face.
look at you as if,
Yeah.
you know, everybody wants to be a wannabe gangster
Yeah.
and stuff.
You can't trust it.
No. And it's all about attitude and people. Just fucking live. Just live and
It's a
get
shame,
along.
really.
Yeah.
It is.
It is a shame, really.
Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare, isn't it? So, right, so we've put the world to right on that one. Now then, this is a little thing that we're going to do. It's word of the cast. Not word of the day, but word of the cast, word of the podcast. Chris, when we used to work at Canon, he'd always be coming up, right, and he's going, hey, do you know what this word means? And he'd give us this word. No, Chris, we haven't got a fucking clue what it means. Well, I work in Colville driving forklift trucks. And like he said, well, it means blah, blah, blah. So anyway, as we were chatting to this podcast thing, hopefully it'll take off and people will enjoy it.
Yeah.
Chris is going to come out with a word of the cast.
Is it every month or?
I don't know, mate, whenever we do it.
Yeah.
It's, so what is this podcast's word of the cast?
The word of the cast is serendipity.
You see, the thing is, you don't know whether he makes this fucker
I'm not
up.
making up. Serendipity. And it means by meeting someone by chance, but you are supposed to meet them.
Right.
Like you're supposed to meet your missus, or
Yeah.
you're supposed to meet your missus, the way I'm supposed to be on my own.
It was going to happen. Yeah.
Well, I suppose that serendipity is you, though, isn't it? Just, you know.
He's not me.
I don't know if I've met anyone.
Right. What do you mean you ain't met no
Well,
one?
I have, but it's been
You've met
fleeting.
fucking hundreds.
He has. Dave, he has.
He hasn't got no bed left because it's I'm sitting out on the fucking screen here. Because he's had that many notches in it.
I haven't. I won't class 7 as many.
Serendipity, then.
Yeah, that's the
That's
word of the cast day.
Could you spell it, or
Yes.
you could? That helps.
So, do
Sorry.
you want me to spell it? I can.
Can you?
Yeah. Serendipity.
and Chris drives lorries for a living.
Thank you.
Yeah, but he's been learning that all week.
What?
For today.
Serendipity.
So that means then, who I'm obviously going to meet then, is it?
No, you've already met.
No,
Yeah.
so that's that word, is it?
Yeah.
Serendipity
So
was.
my wife. That's how.
So when I met
Yeah.
June in the Hammer, that was serendipity.
Yeah, because you were supposed to be there at that time, and she was supposed to be at that time.
There's a film there, isn't there?
Yeah, the thing is in it, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, right.
And that Scottish guy you're talking about is in it.
Oh, what's his fucking name?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's called Serendipity.
Liv Tyler's in that film and all. Do you like Liv Tyler? Thingy
She's a
Tyler's
dodgy
daughter.
one. Aerosmith's.
Yeah,
When she did this film called Armageddon,
yeah. When Bruce Willis
Yeah.
went up in his.
and I thought she was.
Did you like that?
And she did this video, Aerosmith's
Oh,
video.
Yeah, steady.
With that a mate who had blonde hair. And they always used to do videos together for Aerosmith.
Right.
And she was so fit, but now,
I think it's
No.
called aging, Chris.
yeah, it's like Demi Moore. She looks terrible.
Oh, I can't say.
But I'll tell you who looks nice. Kelly Brook.
Yeah,
She is.
she's
absolutely
ageless, isn't she?
lovely. Yeah.
I reckon she's got some kind of serum.
And Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek is 54, and she looks great. Jennifer Lopez.
Ellen Mirren always does it for me.
Oh, I always remember watching Excalibur.
Yeah,
She was gorgeous
Yeah.
in it. You've heard of Anna Mirren?
Yeah.
yeah. The Queen. She played the Queen, didn't she?
Yeah, and she was brilliant in that. That's a great film.
Yeah.
And The Crown, you seen The Crown?
I've only seen the first 5 or 6
Have you
episodes.
seen it? Oh, Adi, you got to watch it. You're not a royalist, are you?
No, not really. You know, no.
I tell you
no,
what, you know,
no.
if you watch that programme, it would make you a royalist.
No, it
'cause you-
won't. It won't. Sorry. It
Tell
won't.
you what,
You won't.
Yeah.
it's brilliant. I love The Crown. Here's one last question.
Go on then. So
Are
have
we
got
allowed to
others.
talk about sexual stuff?
Sexual stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then, we'll
That's
see.
Chris is sexual.
If you
as well.
could
I'm going to fucking
sleep
lose my channel here, you know.
with any royals, past or present, females, who would they be?
Well, you'd have to be males as well because.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
sorry,
gonna check,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Zara Phillips.
Same here. Goddamn same here.
Yeah, Zara Phillips is fit.
Lady?
Just say Diana or something like Diana's. She was quite nice, but yeah.
Well, I've got a few, as you can
Well,
imagine.
you would do.
First and foremost, Princess Margaret in 1958.
Yeah, she was fit, weren't she, back in the day?
Massive boobs, really pretty face, loved a good time. Then Zara Phillips, then Eugenie.
Really?
Yeah, I like her. Yeah, I like. I've never ever slept just with a posh girl, and you can imagine saying, "Hello, Chris. Do you want me to?"
There you go then, folks.
Oh, yes.
If you're a posh girl, leave a
I was about to
message,
go into
send an email, and we'll
Oh,
see what we can do for you. If you like a bit of rough like Chris, I bet Sarah Ferguson was
A good
pretty.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And who was that other one? Pippa Middleton. Fit as.
Oh yeah, the sister
Yeah.
of Kate.
Because Kate's too skinny for me.
Yeah.
She's just too damn skinny.
Yeah.
But Pippa Middleton.
Yeah, because she stole the show on the wedding, didn't she? When
Oh,
she bent down to put that
oh.
dress, she knew what she was fucking doing there.
It worked well for her.
It did work well for her, very
and
well.
then, do you remember Koo Stark?
Yes, with
She-
Andy.
Well
Oh,
done.
God.
I mean, she was fit.
Porn star.
She was. They say porn star. You know what porn star is? If you put in porn now, it's disgusting, proper porn. She did a topless film.
Yeah.
That is it.
She was just trying to make away in the
Oh,
thing.
God.
She's done nothing what most women back in the day.
Classic. Kim Kardashian does a proper full-on sex video. She's now a billionaire.
Yeah, no, it's daft, isn't it?
So, and Koo Stark does a real light
Gets
film
the
with the
little titties
nipple out,
out.
and filth.
yeah.
Porn.
Shoot her, hang her, take her to
Yeah.
the tower.
Yeah.
Fucking unbelievable. Yeah, so that was Chrissy's word of the day, word of the cast. It was what was it?
Serendipity.
I was going to say ependipity. Serendipity. So there you go. Now
Tune
then.
in for the next one.
Tune in for
Hang
the
on, we
next-
better check the time, because I've got to get my... It's 11:30, lads.
What we've got to do, knock it on the head.
I'm afraid so.
All right, we'll rock this on the head. We did have other things to talk about.
Can we talk about them next time?
Well, have you got time to chat about the Brotherhood? The monks.
Yes.
Right, we'll just have a quick
this
chat.
Is a good one.
This is where we watch
Aidan,
something.
you've got to watch it.
We watch something
Well,
and then we'll chat about
I'll tell
it.
you about it.
Over there, there's a place. Is it over there? Wittig.
Yes.
There's a monastery there, and they've got the monks. And there was a TV program, weren't they, on BBC4? You told me to watch it. You said it's brilliant, Dave. Dave, you've got to watch it. So anyway, I've watched it, and I found it quite entertaining.
I think it was BBC Two. It was on iPlayer, BBC iPlayer. Yeah. Do you want me to describe
Yeah, you go for it, mate.
Right, what it is, I'm not going to take full credit for it because this lad called Joe told me to watch it. He says, oh mate, you've got to watch this programme. It's about the monastery. And I watched it, and you know when you go to the monastery and it's just nice and it's peaceful, but you don't know what goes behind the scenes. Anyway, they used to do milk and get the money from milk. And then they had to change their ways and they started brewing their own beer.
Yeah, well, they just started doing it, didn't they? And I've actually reviewed it, and it ain't too bad. It's strong, but it's all right.
And luckily, they had this guy who was good friends with one of the monks who was a millionaire, and he funded the whole lot. And it just showed you what they did from when they get up in the morning to how many prayers they do and how they bury the dead.
Yeah,
which was fascinating.
I can't believe that. How long have we got left on it? Let me just start this again because it's going to run out. Yeah, so the way they bury the dead.
Yeah, so they would wrap them up in a robe and then leave an open, it's not even a cast, they'd just lower them into the ground and then just put mud over them. That's all they do. Because they become one with the earth. Yeah.
It's absolutely unbelievable. It's
they celebrate it and they were like talking and you know, it was.
I mean, I've made a few notes on it, and like they're interviewing a few of the people there. Some have been there for over 60 years. One of them was 91, and he's been there 65 years.
65 years.
I mean, would you consider that a waste of life?
Well, in your eyes,
not,
but in his,
not if you're happy.
No. Actually, that's the other thing.
That's
if
the
you're
key
happy.
thing. If you're happy.
Yeah. If that brings him happiness, then.
Because in a way, I was watching it.
I thought you were saying in a way I was thinking about being one.
No, but I was a little bit envious of how at peace they were. The way, you know how this one monk described like our lives, that we get in, there's this little thing in the corner of the room, you press it, you have your tea, you sit down and you transfix, then you go to bed and you do the same thing. They were getting up, reading, praying, doing pottery.
Yeah, but there's no material.
I mean, the way they got their pots up as well, weren't they? That were brilliant.
Yeah. I just thought the only thing that let it down, you weren't allowed to have women round.
Oh my.
I couldn't do that. You got to. Have
that's it, innit?
Well, they're happy, aren't they?
Yeah, but you can't beat the smell of a woman.
Nah.
The touch.
Chris is a very sensual, romantic kind of guy, you know.
So I personally couldn't be a monk.
No, I mean, it was really interesting. The way they just pray. I mean, they were singing along, weren't they? And I think they were just making it up as they go along half the time. That.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
But did you know that's where Justin Fashioney went?
No.
Yeah. You know when he was
in the gay one.
Yeah, he was in America, weren't he? And he got arrested for sexual assault.
Yeah.
And anyway, I don't know whether he fled or he was on bail or whatever. Anyway, he ended up here and he stopped there for about 3 days.
Right.
And then he confessed to a monk, or apparently, allegedly, so I've read it up on it, he confessed to the monk of what happened. He then left the monastery, and then a couple of days later he was found. Yeah. So
yeah,
that was it was good. So if you want to watch something like that, folks, go and get onto the. I'm pretty sure it's BBC 4 because I wrote down BBC 4.
Yeah. So you go on BBC iPlayer. It's called The Brotherhood. It goes to how pretty, like witty. Well, East Midlands is lovely, and we've got loads of fields, and I thought the way they filmed it.
You know when they were showing you the towns and stuff. That fucking weren't round here.
It was like Loughborough. You know where you could see the power station, and it looks as if it wasn't, and you could see parts of Leicester as well.
There was a tube train on it.
Was there? Yeah. Hang on, there's Buckingham Palace in the background. Yeah.
There's Dubai in the background.
That's Shepshed.
Yeah. Right then, folks. So we're going to bring this to an end now. Hopefully, this will be a little thing that we like to do, isn't it?
Yeah,
This
definitely.
podcast.
It's good.
I'm going to send this all off and hopefully get it all edited and tuned in, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. You enjoyed it, Ada?
Yes, it's good fun.
Yeah, it is,
I like
isn't it?
meeting you
Yeah,
there.
yes, so-
Pretty good smile to my face.
Good stuff. That's good then. Hopefully we can bring smiles to other people's faces and make me a living out of this. All right then, folks, we're going to leave that there. Chris has got to cook his...
Right.
Chris is going to cook. All right, folks,
This is
later.
good for a dump.